and to share in your church and to be in your fellowship. Hallelujah. As you know, my name is Lisa, and I am from the state of Missouri in America, which Illinois, I'm from Illinois, not Missouri. Missouri was just said too many times in this place. And Illinois is in the middle of the country, if you don't know where Illinois is. I am married. I only have one husband. I have two children. My oldest is 21 and my youngest is 15. And I know that they would love to have been here with me this morning. I'm going to go ahead and try to speak a few words of encouragement over you this morning. And I'd like by speaking and telling you a story of my own life. My family and I, in August of 2000, we went to Jackson Hole, Wyoming. And we went there for a family reunion. We were so excited. My husband and I just love the West. It's just so beautiful. And those who are from the States know the Grand Tetons. I mean, these big, huge mountains, snow-capped. It's just an awesome place. And one evening after we had arrived, we overheard my cousins talking about going on this hike at Phelps Lake. And my husband and I were like, well, that sounds great. I'm like, well, how long is this hike? And they're like, well, it's about 4 miles. 2 miles in, 2 miles out. And I thought, well, okay, we can do that. And Phelps Lake was about 5 miles north from where we were staying. And so when we got up the next morning, we got up early, really early. It was still dark outside, and we headed out. By the time we got there, the light had already, the dawn had already started, and started to get light. And we arrived at the trailhead. The sign read Death Canyon Trail. And I thought, this is an interesting name for a trail. I found out later why they call it Death Canyon Trail. We were so excited. We couldn't wait to see the lake and the views. But, you know, we'd come prepared. We had our hats and sorry. Leah's giving me the sign that I need to slow down. Okay, thank you. We'd come prepared. We had our hats and our boots. We had our jackets and our backpacks. We had some food with us to help us along the way. And we even took our bathing suits. In fact, I had worn my bathing suit thinking when we got down to the lake that I would go for a swim. If any of you know, mountain water is very cold. It's very cold. So anyway, we started out on the trail. And we'd only traveled about halfway to just the lookout point where you could oversee the lake. I mean, we haven't even got to much farther than just halfway. And I realized I was panting, and I was breathing pretty heavy. We were about 7,000 feet above sea level, so there you go. But I thought, you know, I'm a healthy woman. I exercise, I eat right. I'm young, but in the back of my mind I thought, you know, maybe I'm not as healthy, and maybe I'm not quite as young, and maybe my body's not really in that much shape. When we finally made it to the lookout point, when we finally made it to the lookout point, with such a beautiful view. The lake was overlooked by snow-capped mountains, the pine trees, and all the wonderful smells. Now this is what the West is all about. I was so glad that I had continued on and I had made it to that point so I could see and take in the beautiful